I am here with Jiu Jitsu Jen. You've seen her in my videos. We've trained, we flowed road, we trained a lot. And yeah, so what's going on, Jen? I want to talk to you a little bit about your match that you had. You won with a broken arm. How did you pull that off? What did you do? How did you pull it off?
So initially I was winning by points,
Okay.
and I'm starting to get tired. You know, we're both fighting. She was very good.
Right.
And then I see like, it's almost over. I just have to keep position. I, blue belt things. I try to wrist lock her while I'm in her close guard, and she pulls off an arm bar, very tight arm bar. We scramble for a bit. I hear it pop out, and I'm just like, I look at the clock, and I'm like, nope, I'm up by points. I only got 7 seconds left.
Right.
So at that point, I'm just fighting to get out and get to the top, and then the timer runs out. And I'm sitting there in disbelief, like, oh, okay, I won.
So did you know it was broken? Because you heard it pop, right?
I knew. I was on my back, and I start to hear like little tears, and it felt like Velcro. Like I didn't feel any pain, because I don't know, like when you're in a match, when I'm in a match,
right.
I don't feel anything. Like
Okay.
it's just me and her.
So it was the combination of your endorphins, adrenaline helped
for
you
sure.
too, and your will too. Because I remember I was in a match and I got stuck in something. I heard my arm pop 2 times, and it was like my first jiu-jitsu match in white belt. And it was crazy because Antonio was telling me, he's like, what kind of move do you have? I'm like, I don't know. He put me in an arm bar, but I tapped for sure. But that's awesome that you just like hung in. And how long did it take to heal? What did you like? How much time did you take off? Like, what did you do afterwards? Like,
Blue belt things. I didn't take time off.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't listen to anybody. But I mean, I feel like that was for the better, because when I had it in a brace, they wanted to cast it. I was like, no way, because I had a cast before and it felt worse.
Right.
I wanted to keep it moving, because they say if you keep movement on your limbs when they're broken or something, they're not gonna heal tight. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I kept training with it. I would just tape it up or attach it to my body and just keep training with it. It took a long time for me to feel back to normal. But it's perfectly fine now, and it's harder to armbar me now too. So.
Okay, nice. That's cool. And then like obviously like you do challenge yourself. Like you do go to these tournaments, and you do have these one-on-one tournaments. And like, how do you, like it's nerve-wracking doing it, but when you do it, it's a lot better, right?
Yeah, I mean, I started competing.
You're inviting. Why are you talking to this girl for?
Oh my God.
Did you pay?
Interview time.
Interview?
About
You gotta pay. There's a fee for this.
Oh yeah, he sponsors me.
Yes.
This
This
is
is Adrian Redzovic. It's a 7-Eleven star. Right here. Gotcha.
200.
Oh, 200 pesos.
200
Was
Turkish
that,
money.
No, Turkish money.
This is like $1.
No, it's like $9-10.
300 now. 300.
They $35 each out.
Right. But I saw this thing too where they were saying, and it's true, and I don't want to knock on jiu-jitsu guys, but there's a lot of wrestlers, they compete more. They compete more, and it's gritty and everything. And they were saying like a lot of the community of jiu-jitsu, a lot of us don't compete. A lot of us just show up to open mat. We hang out with the guys, hang out with the girls, and then we go out for beers later. The community of jiu-jitsu, I feel like we should be competing more. And I guess my question to you is like, the waiting and the build up to it is super stressful.
It's
but
intense.
It is, right? But when you're in there and you get it done, how do you feel afterwards?
It feels so good.
Okay.
It feels like you just accomplished something that you didn't know you had in you. And I started doing it because I dealt with a lot of anxiety and panic disorder.
Yes.
And I realized like when the first competition I did, it brought that panic attack on.
Okay.
It brought that feeling of adrenaline, like that fight or flight, your heart's racing, everything else is like disappearing.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to do this again and again and again and again. So every competition that would come up, I want to do it every weekend. I try to.
So it's an it's almost like an addiction.
Yeah,
right?
you want more,
You do create.
and
Okay.
over
okay.
time it goes away. Now
okay.
I just show up and I
So that's-
compete.
Yeah. You know, David Goggins was saying this too. Like, he's like, when you are like, you always run away, but then there's something in your brain that flips when like you go decide to do this thing,
Yeah.
and your mind's like, oh fuck, oh shit, we're gonna go do this thing. Oh
Yeah.
fuck, for real. So
There's
you're
no
like,
turning back.
yeah, you're like, shit, I gotta do it. And then when you do it, you're like, whoa, like, that's awesome, and that's great, and that's what I admire about you. Cause like, I'm like, damn, this girl's really competing this weekend. Damn, it's good. And like, and I times where I see you're shaking, you're this, you're that, and then when you come back, you're like, you know, whatever, whether it's a broken arm, yeah, I did that, or whether it's like, yeah, this weekend I fought for my life, I did this, and like, that's cool, you know, like that's awesome, and yeah, just going in there and then trying it, and then we did Naga together as a team. How'd that go?
Very good.
Okay.
We all went home with belts.
Yes.
We got a team trophy. It's somewhere in the school.
Yeah, it's over
But
there.
that was so much fun having like all your teammates there, and it makes you want to do better.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, definitely. Well, that's cool. So, are you gonna challenge yourself this summer, or what's coming up next week?
Yeah, so
Okay.
my eyes are set on Jiu Jitsu Con, IBJJF,
Okay.
in August 29th to the 30th, I believe.
Okay.
I'm gonna try my best.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
training really hard. I'm trying to train twice a day. I go
Okay.
lift weights.
Okay. And currently, how is your arm?
My arm is great, and I've been
Awesome.
working my armbar defense, so that's not gonna work if you're watching this.
Okay, right. Well, that's cool. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
And,
hopefully I find people my size, because every tournament I've done, I have yet to fight someone in my weight class.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, and that's the thing about jiu-jitsu, because they ask you, and the questionnaire is like, would you be willing to be going up? Would you be willing to, you know? And there's, you know, and that's the thing. That's my point. Is sometimes there's a lot of people who aren't competing, like they should. You know what I mean? And who am I to talk? Because here I am. Because I take a lot of time off. Like, oh, it's so easy to like, no, I'm not gonna compete this weekend.
Like, it's not that I feel everyone should be a competitor and like pouring their whole life into it, but it's something that everyone should do at least once, because it's such a different feeling, and no one ever believes me or anyone else until they like do it, and then they're like, oh my god, I shut down completely. I don't know what happened. This never happens at the gym.
Yeah.
And then they want more.
Yeah, and yeah, it's I see that with mixed martial arts too. At the end of the fight, like, oh, I want a rematch, I want this, I want that, and they're like killers, you know.
I come here after every comp almost, and I keep training.
Yeah, the next day, you're like the next day. I'm like, what is this girl doing? Go take some time out. Go eat some ice cream. Go watch some Netflix and chill. Most people would do that, but not you. You're like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do this. But anyways, that's awesome. Thank you for the update. Thank you for the interview. You got class tonight, and like what? Like you did. Now you're about to go do another class at 8 p.m. So, but yeah, drive up north. All right, well, drive safe, and thank you for the interview, Jen.
Thanks.
All right, Os.
Us.